Hey, what's up everyone, vasDcrak here, and today we'll be talking about my Warpath build here with the Paladin. Alright guys, so here's my little Warpath chart that I made for you guys. So you're going to be casting Warpath, spinning to winning, boom boom boom, and that Warpath is going to be causing a Axe Throw, which causes a Smite, and also going to be causing a Magma Shard because of your vulcanus, and it's going to be casting a Cascading Orb because of the Warpath passive that casts the Cascading Orb, which causes a Void Rift with each Cascading Orb. And you're going to be casting Divine Bolt because of the Paladin passive. And also you're going to be casting Flame Burst because of the Holy Aura passive, which it's going to be 8 hits usually, but it's going to be reduced to 4 hits once you do activate your Holy Aura. So with Warpath, you're going to be casting a Future Strike, which 2 seconds later it's going to count as a Warpath melee hit, basically. So with your Future Strike, it's going to be having that cast, that Axe Throw. It's also going to be having that Magma Shard, since it's going to be the Vulcanus Warpath melee hit, Cascading Orb, since it's going to be counted as Warpath, and your Divine Bolt, and also a Flame Burst since it's a melee hit now too. And lastly, you're going to have your Manifest Weapon. Your Manifest Weapon is going to be a melee hit, which is going to cause Axe Throw, Magma Shards from your Vulcanus, Divine Bolt, and also a Flame Burst. Not really Cascading Orb because it doesn't count as a Warpath hit. But with Manifest Weapon, it does count also to add as a Future Strike, which causes whatever the Manifest Weapon, excluding the Cascading Orb here, is going to be Future Strike. So that is the idea behind this build. Alright, so let's get into your required items here. So number 1 is going to be your Vulcanus. A 10% chance to cast Magma Shards on melee hit. And let me alt that so you can see the DPS. They're not too much DPS, but they're going to be doing so much hits and so much Magma Shards that it's actually going to get multiplied multiple times. Other required items are going to be your 8% chance to cast Smite when you're throwing attacks. These are going to be propped when you are throwing your axe from the passive here. Alright, so let's basically go through the skills here. So you got your Warpath. This is your spin to win, 1 point in Unchained, and 3 points in the other Unchained here to get a -7 for your channel cost. You're actually going to need -10, which we're going to be getting from the inscribed tablet here for another -3. So that equals to -10 if my math is correct. Correct me if I'm not. But other skills that you're going to need here for your Warpath is the Quicksilver Wind. It increases your movement speed by 40%. Since you're going to be slowed by when you're spinning, this one's just going to be a slight increase compared to your walk speed or your run speed, basically. So like a 5% increase. One of our first skills that we're going to be casting here is the Cascading Orb, which is going to create a Void Rift upon landing. So you got 32% chance there of casting that while you're hitting with your Warpath. And we're going to be hitting a lot of our Warpath, boom, 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 because we have shit tons of attack speed. Alright, so I just have 4 extra points here for more area since we're using our 200 weapon anyways. I could probably respec 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 2 -2 from here to try and get more skills to cast, like an Abyssal Orb, but that's another video for another day. I'm gonna test that for another day. Alright, so next up, we got Holy Aura. Important part of Holy Aura here is of course the Flame Burst, which if they take 8 melee hits, they're going to be flame bursting, and then Holy Aura, when it's activated, it's going to be 4 melee hits. So with the Future Strike, it's going to count as a melee hit. So once it's boom 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 booming, seconds later, this one's going to be boom 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 booming as well. So we're going to get that improved flame burst damage here, 200% more damage. Another thing with the Holy Aura, we're going to be getting Fanaticism for more attack speed, so we can boom 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 some more. Alright, so once you activate the Holy Aura, that's going to be 32% attack speed increase, and another from Holy Aura here, Shelter from the Storm. so we just get more defensive attributes from it, elemental resistances. Alright, next up is your Smite. So you're going to be smiting from your axe throw that we talked about earlier. And once you do smite, you're going to get more attacks. And you know what that caused? Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so 50% more with that one. And we're going to have ignite chance. Actually, you could just have 4 points in ignite chance. But actually, we're not going to be igniting enemies. We're actually going to be slowing enemies because of temporal corruption. Since smite is now void and that ignite is changed into slow. Let's get back to smite here. And also I have spreading flames, and actually this one's going to be just an extra tick. It's not going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be like 40 damage over 4 seconds, and it's not going to stack. So that's just going to be an extra source of damage. Another skill I got here is blinding flash, which is going to help blind enemies and get you more survivability. Next up, volatile reversal. Alright, so for volatile reversal, you're going to be getting up here for time step, so you could unlock warp time. For more attack speed, 30%. Yep, I'm not going to say it. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry, I said it. So you're going to be attacking more attack speed there. You're going to be doing void rifts as well with your volatile reversal. I'm not sure if this does add to the void rift damage that you're doing with your Warpath, but I just got this for more damage, so you get 110% more void rift damage there, and you're actually going to be doing more damage taken over time for your enemies once they're hit with void rifts. So that's why I have my doom on my siphons of anguish over here. I should probably update that chart. Those were just the active skills that I were talking about in my chart. So. And we'll get more of the cooldown recovery just down here, so we could actually kind of spam the volatile reversal once we're doing like a single target, like a boss fight. Alright, so your last skill, this one's more for defensive, I would say. The Sigils of Hope, you're going to be getting the tetragram for 1 more sigil, so you're going to have 4 sigils, and it's going to have an extra 10 duration because of Enduring Hope, so you're going to have 25 seconds of it. And each sigil is going to add 200 armor, so that's going to be 800 armor in total. And you're not really going to be casting, since you're going to be perma warpathing anyway. So you're going to be hoping with your last wish here to summon a sigil when you do kill an enemy. Also a little bit of damage here, 120% if you're at max sigils once you do cast it with last wish. Another defensive is Faith, which you do gain 200 health once you're hit with that 25% sigil is consumed, and then you do get 25% heal. And a little bit more heal here with the Unwavering Faith. I just put my last extra point in Unwavering Faith. Alright, let's get into passives. So passives, got the Juggernaut. This one's just for resistances mainly that I'm getting. I don't really need the strength for it. Armor clad, so this one's gonna be your defensive, so 75% 75 armor and 10% reduced damage taken multiplicatively from nearby enemies. So you're gonna be nearby enemies anyway, since you're warpathing close to them. Alright, Relentless, this one's gonna be increased damage 50% all around for all the skills you're casting. It's gonna be increasing all that damage. Alright, so important part, axe thrower, you're gonna be 16% chance on hit for the axe thrower. Actually, that chance is going to be doubled because of future strength. And guess what? Blade Master. So you're going to have more sword attack speed, since we're using a two-handed sword. 30% more attack speed, or increased attack speed over there for more boom booms everywhere. Alright, next is the Void Knight. I actually have 35 points in Void Knight. It says 22 here. Not sure why, but it's actually 35 points. So Abyssal Endurance, Resistances, and Health, of course, Void and Physical. So I don't really need to add Void and Physical Resistances on my gear there. So I have Temporal Corruption. This one changes your Smite to Void and Ignite to Slow. And this one just adds flat 10 void damage to your spells and your Warpath as well. So everything you're casting adds 10 void damage. Alright, so Devouring Blade, this just gives me 5 increased damage for recent kill. So actually 50% increased damage for recent kill. Next one, very importante. This is feature strike. This one's gonna be hitting whatever you're hitting in the feature 2 seconds later for 50 void damage. Actually, that's gonna be 60 void damage because since I have temporal corruption, each of this will count as a Warpath hit. So Warpath melee hit. It's actually all gonna be cast. Everything's gonna be casted like double your chance for casting because of future strike. Basically, after 2 seconds. And I just have 5 points in finality, and this one is just like a culling strike to kill the enemy once they hit that 15% threshold. Alright, so for Paladin, I did pick my Paladin here for more increased fire and physical damage. So I got Conviction, maxed that out, increased fire damage 32%, with fire penetration 16%. And we're going to have Defiance for more elemental resistances, so don't really need to get that on our gear. Alright, so Divine Bolts, I do have a 20% base on that, but I added 3 more bolts, but reduced it by 30%. So like 15% chance to cast the Divine Bolts with 3 extra projectiles. I maxed out my Flash of Brilliance for defense, so I got more health and more blind chance. And I also have Holy Symbol for more health and necrotic resistances. And I just had 2 extra points where I just put in Faith Armor and also in Prayer Aegis for more defensive and health armor and crit avoidance there. Alright, let's go through my gears. Not really very important here with the gears. I just have increased void damage implicits on my helmet. And I do have more health and increased armor there. But for my chest piece, I do have a 48% increased void damage and +6 spell void damage. Just increases the void damage to all the spells that I'm casting. And also +1 to Warpath, you don't really need it. I got more armor and increased armor just for more defense on this one. For my Ami Amulet, got a Jade Amulet for more attack speed, 12% more increased attack speed. That's extra boom boom boom, you know it. And 40% elemental damage and damage over time. I could really just improve this. This is subject to change, really. So for my rings, I got the rings that you get from Orobus. Basically 100% chance to drop it from him. So you're gonna get your melee damage leech and also your void damage leech from all the void damage you're doing. And the leech rate is actually increased, so you're gonna be it's going to be more survivability from you and more movement speed for each ring. So I got like 10% more move speed, and actually I'm going to be applying Doom on hit, so that's going to be a void damage over time and increased Doom effect with each ring as well. Another important piece, you got the Inscribed Tablet for -3 melee attack mana cost, so you can keep our Warpath uptime at 100%. And we're going to be doing 36% more damage, increased damage with channeling anyway, since we're going to be channeling 100% of the time, and all resistances while channeling, and you don't really need the critical strike because I'm not really critical striking anyway. For boots, just get as much move speed as you can with this one and as much resistance as well. This is where you're going to be putting your resistances. Alright, for the gloves, this one's going to be adding me 37% increased melee attack speed. So I just have a crap ton of melee attack speed. You know it already. Boom, 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 everywhere. So how you're going to be doing the skills. With this training dummy, it doesn't actually cast that axe. So we're not really going to be seeing all the increased attack speed that's going to happen once you activate everything. As you can see, feature strike still making me cast my little orbs, my dooms, my burn, and all the skills basically. So you're gonna Warpath. Actually, I just put the Warpath on perma cast over there. I'm gonna activate my reversal, holy aura, all the attack speed gets activated, and then all the skills just get casted. So as you can see there, still casting with feature strike. Alright, for my idols, you do need your smite when you're throwing an axe here. It did not smite with this because I think there's a glitch. I'm not really axe throwing on this dummy. So you're gonna get your smite from the axe throw, more attack speed there, more damage. And actually I have Manifest Strike as well, and the Manifest Strike is gonna add more doom, and it's gonna add a future strike, and also gonna add more chance of magma shards and divine bolts. Add everything to that chart later. Alright, so that's it for the build, guys. I'm just gonna add some videos of me plowing through some empowered echoes. So I'll see you guys at the next build, I guess. Alright, hope you had fun. Bye.